Moving to the individual classification of the plant kingdom, kingdom Plantae, the classes that were present in it, we had first of all the thallophytes, which included the algae. Now, when I talk about algae, it is the first of the plants in the plant kingdom, and this algae has body organization in the form of thallus. Now, what is a thallus? Now, this is undifferentiated mass, you can say, mass of cells, where we have tissue-like organization, but there are not organs which are present. So, the undifferentiated mass of tissues is the thallus, and the algae has thalloid form. Now, the body organization, as you get to know, in the case of fungi, that is also similar. We talk about fungi, that is also part of Thallophyta according to certain authors. That is, they also have thallus organization. Body is not differentiated into organs particularly. It is the loose aggregate, cell aggregate plan that we study in case of animals as well. The cells are arranged together, but they do not form any organ. They could be tissue composition, but no organ is being formed. As in the case of level of organizations, we see that few tissues, they come together and they form an organ, but in this case we do not see an organ. All we see is the thallus, thalloid organization of the plant, and in case of algae also we have thalloid organization. Now, the second point of understanding in the case of algae is that they could be unicellular, they could be multicellular. Now, those which are unicellular, they would be classified into the kingdom Protista, and those which are multicellular, they would be thalloid. Now, in case of unicellular, they could be flagellated, they could be filamentous, they could be colonial. We see many organizations, flagellated, filamentous, colonial, all the examples we are going to study, but for now you see that those which are unicellular, they have flagella, they could be biflagellate, as in the case of Chlamydomonas, that is simplest and best example that is cited in the case of unicellular algae that we study. Then, because they are plants, their cell organization is such, because they are plants, the cell would be a typical plant cell, that is having a cellulosic cell wall. Okay. Another thing that distinguishes a plant cell from all other cells is that it is having chloroplasts inside it, or precisely I would say plastids are present inside the plant cell, and these plastids are having pigments inside them, and those pigments are responsible for providing the color to the algae. Now, on the basis of pigments which are present inside the algae, we have three broad classifications. Now, that is what is the matter that is of prime importance in the study of algae, and that gives the classification. We have pigments such as chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, we have fucoxanthin, we have phycoerythrin. These are the names of the pigments. Individually we would see that what is the color in each case. These two are green in color, this one is brownish and this one is reddish appearance is being provided by the pigments. Again I am repeating, green, brown and red, and that is the classification in the case of algae, that the green ones are known as chlorophyceae, the brown ones are known as yellow ones, or the brown ones are known as Phaeophyceae. You need to remember these names, and when we study some more you will remember them by heart. And the last one is Rhodophyceae. So, these are the three classes which the algae is further divided into. Chlorophyceae is green algae, this one is brown algae, and this one is red algae. Now, as you can see, one characteristic you have to remember, that algae are aquatic. Okay. Now, one particular class, this one is totally exclusively marine. A few exceptions and the rest ones are marine, and these are present in both fresh water and in the marine water. So, we have these three classes. First is Chlorophyceae, second is Phaeophyceae, and third one is Rhodophyceae, and the classification is made up on the basis of pigment which is present, and apart from the food material that they store, that is the basis of difference. There are many points of difference differences in these, but the main characteristic feature that distinguishes the algae into three parts is chlorophyce, phaeophyce and rhodophyce, and that is on the basis of the pigment which is present. Now the last thing that we have to consider is the reproduction method in these plants, that is algae. So we have both of them reproduction methods which are present. One is sexual reproduction, second is asexual reproduction. Now let's talk about asexual reproduction. When we talk about asexual reproduction, the methods are fragmentation, there could be formation of spores which are asexual spores, there could be budding, there could be tuber formation that is present. So we have fragmentation, and you can see that it is having a lot of resemblance with that of fungi. That's why few authors in the earlier classification studies had classified this algae and fungi in both Thallophyta, and then there is spores which are formed, then there is a budding method, and there could be tubers which are formed, and lots many more. Talking about the sexual reproduction, in sexual reproduction again, as in the case of fungi, I told you that it could be isogamous, it could be anisogamous, or it could be oogamous. So these are the types of reproduction that you find. So this is all about algae that we need to know, the three classes in the introductory lesson. Apart from that, we do study the characteristic features in each case, and there is a clear-cut differentiation in these, and more than two characters are the classifying features. So we have the thalloid organization, unicellular, multicellular, flagellated, non-flagellated. We have colonial forms, we have filamentous forms, Spirogyra sort of organisms. Then we have that pigment which is present inside the cell. It is a eukaryotic cell, so it is going to have all the organelles. Then we see that they are aquatic, they are present in water, and all in all we have missed one point, that the plant body is haploid, and we do see alternation of generations. Now this term is a new one, you will get introduced to it in next lessons, but for now you have to remember haploid, alternation of generation, these are the terms, and these are the classifications that we have, the various classes in the algae. And you need to keep one thing in your mind, that they have close resemblance with fungi. That is why earlier they were classified as Thallophyta. The thalloid organization is an important point, and rest of it will be discussed in next lessons.